The Right Honorable Robina Nabanja, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency Ambassador Joseph Sako, the African Union Commissioner for Agriculture, Rural Development, Blue Economy and Sustainable Development, and the AU team, Your Excellencies, heads of delegations, colleague ministers from the African Union member states, Excellencies and ambassadors and high commissioners, representatives of the African Union institutions, representatives of regional economic communities, our development partners, the media, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year 2025. Excellencies, 2025 will be a defining year for the future of the Africa's agricultural sector, and I'm glad that we have started the year by holding a very high-level discussions on the agricultural sector. I also wish to welcome you to the Republic of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, a country known for its unique features and attributes, starting with very hospitable people, unique flora and fauna, unique geographical features, and a fantastic weather. Once again, a very warm welcome to you all. Colleague ministers, you will recall that slightly over 20 years ago, that is in 2003, our heads of state and government adopted the comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program, abbreviated as Caadp', and that is the one of the strategies towards the realization of the Africa's Agenda 2063. As of today, we remain with about 38 years to end the Africa's Agenda 2063, implying that if we are to meet the targets set therein, we should be in full implementation mode now. With the second Caadp' strategy and action plan, or the Malabo Declaration coming close to the end, in 2023, when I was elected the chairperson of the African Union Specialized Technical Committee on Agriculture, Rural Development, Water and Environment, my major task was to lead the process of drafting the successor strategy and action plan or agenda. I want to thank you very much for entrusting me with that noble responsibility and report to you that we are now at the penultimate stage of that assignment, as we are set to have the Caadp' strategy and action plan 2026-35 and the Caadp' declaration considered and adopted by the Assembly by the end of this summit. Right Honorable Prime Minister, the African Union Commissioner, and colleague ministers, allow me to single out the following categories and individuals for special mention, given their selfless contribution and support to the process of developing the Caadp' Agenda 2026-35. Number one, I am very grateful to the Bureau of the Specialized Technical Committee on Agriculture, Rural Development, Water and Environment, which I serve and chair. This bureau is composed of the first vice chair is the Republic of Cameroon. The second vice chair is the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire. The third vice chair is the Republic of Namibia. And the rapporteur is the Republic of Egypt. Give them a round of applause. I wish to thank Ambassador Joseph Sako, Her Excellency, the African Union Commissioner for Agriculture, Rural Development, Blue Economy, and Sustainable Development for your steadfast stewardship and leadership of the process with your very efficient team at the African Union Commission. I must add that the process of developing the Kampala Caadp' Agenda 2026-35 was widely consultative, involving the public sector, parliamentarians, farmers' organizations, private sector, civil society, academia, and research, and the media, among others. I want to appreciate Dr. Godfrey Bahigwa, the Director for Agriculture at the African Union Commission, for your technical leadership of the process. And I want to appreciate the technical working groups, the conveners of the different working groups, and the technical drafting team that put together all the ideas collected during the consultation process to come up with the simple document that will be presented to heads of state and government during the extraordinary assembly. The regional economic communities under the coordination of the African Union, I thank you. The various stakeholders that participated in one way or another during the consultation process, either by way of submitting memoranda, by financial supporting the process, or in any other way. And my technical team at the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, led by the Permanent Secretary, Major General David Kasura-Chomukama, for the technical backup. I thank them. And I thank you all for your invaluable contributions. You made this possible and you made Africa proud. Thrusting Caadp to the future. Honorable colleague ministers, the planning phase of the Kampala Caadp agenda ends during this summit. We must therefore move into implementation and execution mode. We will be having a detailed discussion on the strategy and action plan and the Kampala declaration after this opening session, and I urge you to be as candid as possible. You will recall that the document that I will be presenting to you during that session is your document, having adopted it at the ministerial session of the STC in October 2024 in Addis Ababa. It is by focusing on execution that we can make a meaningful impact on our continent and our people. We must move not with the times, but ahead of the times. This calls for advances in technological research and practices, building agricultural systems that are resilient to climate change and other shocks, agro-industrialization and the like. In this context, I wish to recall that the fourth session of the STC in 2021 agreed to establish 5 regional animal resources seed centers of excellence. Uganda was privileged to host one of the centers under the National Animal Genetic Resources Center and Data Bank, NAGRIC and DB. However, to operationalize the centers, participating countries are required to conclude memoranda of understanding, MOUs. We need to expedite this process in those regions where this remains outstanding, such as the Eastern African region. I look forward to having discussions with the concerned ministers on this subject, including at the sidelines of this summit, with a view to actualizing our decision that we made about 5 years ago. As I close my remarks, I invite you to spare time and visit the exhibition outside this convention center so that we can learn from each other with respect to advances in agricultural research and technologies. I invite you to spare time during the course of this summit to visit different tourist sites and activities that Uganda has to offer. And I'm urging you to prepare for and drive full-scale implementation of the Kampala Caadp agenda at national, regional, and continental levels. I thank you for listening to me. Asante sana, merci. God bless you. It's now my pleasure, Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, to invite the Right Honorable Robina Nabanja, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, to give her official opening remarks.